The main conclusions of our study are the following. Mineralization is enclosed in the structure of the vein, generally in between the crown and the floor. And this mineralization is controlled by a system of faults that have a strike northwest to southeast. The area of study is presenting a mineralization of wolfram, is mineralized in wolfram, and also moly. And it's related to vein structures enclosed in the host rock, which is sandstone of the Huancane group. Wolfram, it's enclosed in between quartz, and moly is generally enclosed in between the crown and the floor. The lithological control, structural and mineralogic, is the one that determines the ore of the project Claruky Porvenir. The mining operation would be difficult to apply a general system. We have to be more systematic, and we have to exploit this deposit with a reservoir system that will allow us to increase the grade of the vein. In the outcropping of the vein, we can see quartz with a very minor presence of wolfram and moly, but as we deep in the vein, the grades are probably higher, and the width of the vein is also much bigger. Actual grades are 0.63% of moly and 0.30% of wolfram, with a grade of gold of 0.50 grams of gold per metric ton. And with this reswing method that we are proposing, we can increase these grades. Silice is present in certain areas, and it is associated to nails which are mineralized. Having this irregularity in the nails, among the nails, mineralized nails, and among the distinct bodies and the proved reserves accessibles, we are proposing a medium-sized mining operation. Well, these are the general recommendations from a geological point of view. We have to first continue our exploration openings, like chimneys, cuts, and small adits, in order to verify the continuity of this nail at Julia vein. Very shortly, we can prepare chimneys and sublevels at Julia vein, and by doing this, we would like to exploit the mineral with a better control, grade control, and we already did that. We had performed a small campaign involving 1 metric ton. And we had obtained very good results at this small campaign. We have to continue the systematic mapping and the detailed mapping at Gloria, level 4048. We have to access 0.5 plus 5 meters, and we have to rehabilitate this level in order to improve the correlation, interpretation, and analysis of the potential of of our mineralization, and thus be able to evaluate the different mineralized structures and probably change the reserves, possible reserves, from possible into probable reserves. We also propose to execute some trenches in the areas which are covered by the material from the Quaternary in the southern part, preferably in the lower levels, in order to verify the continuity of this mineralization. We also recommend to continue with the sorting of this mineral in the Julia vein in order to verify the possibility of increasing the grade. We are also proposing to resample Julia vein at level 4177. We are also proposing more assays, lab assays, in order to relate the differences. Very urgently, we need to perform a surveying campaign and draw new maps in order to display our sampling at the upper levels of Julia vein. And we can start the exploitation of the deposit with a production of 25 to 50 metric tons per day after starting the production at this exploration stage. Well, here we have some comments and conclusions from the operational point of view. According to the surveying work already done, the systematic sampling of the vein, as well as the geological maps, surface geological maps, and underground geological maps, we can conclude that the project is only feasible with utilizing a very carefully selective method in order to control a uniform grade of 1% moly, and or 1% wolfram. This means that we have to lose 30% of the vein because it is milky quartz. This will be selected at the same work underground before being transported to surface. We will utilize a reissuing system in order to have a better grade control by controlling also our drilling and blasting. We have to consider that Julia vein at level 4177, we already have 210 meters of adit already developed by the ancient miners. These 210 meters have a section of 1.5 times 1.8 meters. And from these 210 meters, we can only work at a distance of 120. The rest has to be renewed, has to be renewed, and we have to renew also the logs and wood, utilize it and among the 120 meters that are ready for the exploitation, we have to prepare the cuts with several sub-levels. These sub-levels will have a section of 1 times 1.8 meters, and every sub-level of exploitation will be 60 meters long and 30 meters wide. And we have to also develop chimneys in order to transport the ore every 30 meters.